Everyone, welcome back to NFTV. We are down Bristol City at the Ashton Gate Stadium. We've just watched Newcastle United Women. That's not the video that we've done. If you want to say the last word on that, that's over on my sister channel. Obviously, we're getting closer and closer at deadline day now. The window's going to close in under 24 hours because remember, it shuts at 7 p.m. It is 7 o'clock. I've got Dave munching on some free pizza that's been given out by the Newcastle United Women's squad, which is nice. Out of 10?
10.
Wow.
Free.
There you go. Fair enough. So, I've got to start with Yoane Wissa because obviously, right in the morning, Sunday morning, I'm going to read it out, first of all.
Oh, no.
Over the past few weeks, there's been increased speculation about my future at Brentford Football Club. As a result, I wanted to speak directly and honestly about exactly where things stands. I have stayed silent for much of the summer, but with just hours remaining of the transfer window, I feel compelled to make it clear that I want to leave Brentford. I believe the club are unduly standing in my way despite a series of fair offers throughout the summer. I've always given 100% for Brentford since the day I signed back in 2021. I am proud of what we've built together and I've never taken the opportunity to play for the club for granted. Brentford fans have a special place in my heart. I've always conducted myself professionally both on and off the pitch. It's been a privilege to wear this shirt for 149 games and celebrate 49 goals. Earlier this summer, I held... Look, if you want to read the rest of that, that's he's snoring. If you want to read the rest of that, he's put that up on his Instagram. Similar parallels to Alexander Isak, because
professional.
The way that the both have gone on Instagram saying broken promises, because Wissa does go on and say it's a big, long statement about it. So...
Different.
It is different, but in the way that...
It's more professional than Isaac's, I think.
Possibly more professional.
Tell Isaac's is wrote by somebody else to cover the situation, where you could see this is written by him, because it's more... He mentions the fans a lot more than Isaac does. Isaac didn't mention the fans at all through that whole statement.
True.
Wissa does. Plus, Wissa names the directors, the top directors of football, the head coach. Isaac doesn't. Isaac doesn't. He doesn't name and shame. He doesn't mention who this freaking promise was from wherever it was, when he should have done. He should have not at least named him, but who did he talk to? Was it Eddie? Then he said, then that makes Eddie then come out and then whatever. But he doesn't. That to me, and when I read that this morning, that's the statement that Isaac should have given us. That's a statement that Isaac should have given us, because that meant more to me than what the Isaac did. And I'm not even a Brentford fan. I read that and I thought, well done. That's a statement. That's from the heart. That's from him, not from his agent or his PR team or whatever it is. That's Vissa's words, because you could tell by the way it's writ. He mentions the fans 3 or 4 or 5 times in it, and he thanks the fans for the time he's had there. Isaac does not do that throughout any of his statements or anything like that. Plus, it's more heartfelt. Where Isaac's, I thought it felt like it was written on he had a 10-minute bus ride to go home, and it was written on a bus because he had something to write. Where that Wissa one, it's heartfelt. It's more thanks. Do you get where I'm going with it?
Do you think it's... I'm going to say it. Does it stink of desperation from Wissa?
No.
It's not reckon?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
He's desperate to get that move. He's on the last...
But he is.
As I say, it's under 24 hours left now.
I know, but...
It's desperation, surely, how?
It is a little bit, and it's not. Because yet again, the way he's worded it doesn't mean... I think if the transfer doesn't go through, he's okay with it. I do think he wants to move. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's been evident that he's done it. But the other difference is, well, it's not desperate. It is a little bit, but it's because the way he's acted on it. He's still turned up to training. He's still played a game for Brentford. It's been Brentford's choice not to put him in the squad yesterday. It was Brentford's choice, not his. So is the desperation? Yes, because I do think he wants to move. But I still think that he knows that if he doesn't get the move, he's still going to be a Brentford player. Pardon me. And he's still going to be okay with his team. Whereas the Isaac one is different. The Isaac one is totally different.
We haven't even talked about Newcastle yet. We're just talking about some other player. That's not even... The reason why we're talking about this is because that is going to be possibly one to watch out for tomorrow in terms of deadline day. There's a way you go about it. I think Isak and Wissa are both a disgrace, the pair of them, in my opinion. Dave, you might disagree on that, but I think the way you're going about it...
The strike thing and everything that Isaac's done is different.
It's just
Wissa hasn't. What's Wissa done? He's deleted a couple of photos off his Instagram.
I know, but that was one of our players.
Yeah, but he's still trained with the team. He's still played. True. He's still played the season the team.
It's how you go about it. Because I know people, it'll be in the comments, people who don't support the tune, the neutrals will say, well, Vissa's doing the same thing.
But he's not, though.
Not exactly the same thing. I get what they're saying. The parallels are similar.
He's still turned up for pre-season. He's still played He's already played a game for them this season already.
No, he hasn't yet.
But he's been in the squad, though.
He's been chosen. Keith Andrews just won't let him.
The only thing that Vissa's done, I think, which is wrong, is he's took all the Brentford stuff down off his social media.
Yeah, he shouldn't be doing that.
And that's it. But
because he's forcing the move.
He's still doing everything he can with them. All he's done is wrecked his social media.
I tell you who has done it right is Jørgen Strand Larsen. He's gone about it the right way. Came off the bench, scored a couple of goals. Pereira looks more worried about. Pereira looks more worried about that situation than Keith Andrews was. Maybe just Andrews is fronting up to the cameras, but they're the two that Newcastle are heavily linked to. And you were asking me, we were winding each other up inside the bus before. Dave Gans, is Isak going? Isak going? I went, well, it has to be it has to be an asterisk sign right next to Isak, because I think there is an if. So I'm going to ask you that question now back, because we're being recorded. What was your answer?
I've told you this for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Isaac's not going anywhere.
You think he's staying?
I think he's staying.
Even if
you
sign Larsen or
I don't think Larsen's going to be a sign now. Why are you going to buy 2 strikers the same?
Because Larsen's probably one that get him to his head where I think Woltemade.
I know, but you're buying him for the height, aren't you?
Woltemade is basically.
Would you play a 2 6-foot plus?
No, but Woltemade is more like he's like a he's like a Messi, but wrong height. He's the wrong height. Aye, he's going to be someone who can whip a ball in the top net and dribble past 3 players on his own.
I still think there's a striker coming in, and like the Voldemort thing, I think it's going to come from left field. I think there's going to be somebody that nobody's even thought of or nobody's even thinking of, and he's going to come in tomorrow, and he'll be your number 9. And I still don't think that'll release Isak.
It will be all over Sky Sports News, you talk sports, everywhere you go about Newcastle United. Obviously, you'll have Keith Downey. Keith Downey will have a very busy hour, every hour. That is. It is, and do you know what? I've said this off camera. I cannot wait for the window to close, because I hate my content being all around transfers.
It's all around person.
And I love going to the under 21, talking about them. I love going to the women, talking about them. I love making creative videos. Even he's off on one.
But that's, isn't it?
It's
not been like we've not been linked to like 6 or 7 players, and it's still to come to the not come, which is what usually happens. It's one fucking player.
The weather today has been Alexander Isak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being absolutely torrential pour down.
That's the posh way of putting it.
Torrential pour down. Ooh, there's a nice bit of sunniness.
These last 3 weeks have just been absolutely boring, because it's just about one player. One player.
And it might also be, if he does stay, unfortunately, Dave, it's going to be all about him if he stays as well, because he's going to have to be then made a decision.
Do you remember the last video that me and you did together about the Isak thing? And my said was, I think the team would accept him back, because he is one of the best players we've got. So I think the team would accept him back. I don't think the fans will.
You seen last night at Ellen Road, what was it like? I was recording that, and it was like,
it's going to be...
That just went up a notch.
I laugh at with like the analysis now on Sky and everything. They're saying, if he comes back and he scores 2 goals, 3 goals, it'll be forgotten about. No, it won't. Not up here.
Not fully. I think it'll help, but not fully. Not fully.
And Newcastle fans.
I think he has to get integrated, because he can't sit there for 4 months staying out. He's getting paid 6 odd million a year, and that's 4 months, and that's like 1.7 million or something.
His integration in the team will be a lot easier than what it is with the fans.
Well, the funny thing is, the flip side is, if he doesn't
go... They've left the door open to him all summer. All the Eddie Howe interviews, and he said, I'll have him back tomorrow. I'd have him training tomorrow. So that door's always been open. He knows he's always going to be allowed back in. And I think sometimes that's why he's worded his statement like he has, because he doesn't want that door shutting in case things don't work out. Because there's always... On the other flip side of it is, yes, Liverpool have come in with an interest, but he's also got to think, what happens if Liverpool pull out this interest? What happens if Liverpool don't, or something goes wrong and I'm stuck here? He can't completely shut that door, can he? He's got to have that little door open just on a what if. What happens if Liverpool, at the end of the day, don't want him? He's got to be able to come back in, hasn't he, without this. Eddie
Howe deserves all applauders for the way he's handled it. He's been absolutely brilliant, hasn't he? He's handled it so well. Absolute gentleman.
Imagine what the pressure
it's constant. Under the summer. And I think after September the 1st, you'll not get that anymore. It'll all be about, if he stays, when's he coming back? And I think that's a happier conversation than having the one that he's leaving. Look, so that's, unfortunately, that if you're watching Deadline Day, that's all he's going to see. I think just touching away from, I can't see anyone else leaving. Matt Targett's already gone,
No,
but expecting a few.
But there's the Sanusi one that's been popping up on there about a loan deal somewhere.
I was about to say the under-21s is probably one or two that might head out on loan. Park Sung-soo hasn't set the world alight on the under-21s.
No, he hasn't.
So it'll be interesting to see if he's headed out or he stays. Sanusi, maybe Leo Shaha, Cathal
There's a
Heffernan.
German side of somebody's been linked to.
There's a few that I think one or two might just head out on loan. However, what's interesting is that the Saudi transfer window stays open another 2 weeks. And the Turkish one stays up an extra few days. So, you never know. You never know if one or two bids might come in. But honestly, I think Newcastle are almost set unless they can get another striker for the door. But we'll have to wait and see on deadline day. So, like I say, we've had a ton of videos go out this weekend from Leeds, from the women here, both on channels, NFTV Extra and this one as well. But it's absolutely windy as out and we're the last ones here. So, we shall love yous and leave yous from Ashton Gate, doing in Bristol. See you very soon.